Good evening and welcome to Early Late Nights with me, Ciaran March, and this is the show that's release date is going to be leaked by your local video store. Yes, I am Ciaran March and your one and only host for Early Late Nights. Tonight, we have a fantastic show to cover. I'm excited because there has been so much release dates and I'm so sorry because I took Tuesday off. Not my fault. Cats, water, not a good combination, but it's fine. Tonight we're going to be talking about Spyro's Reignited Remaster. Oh boy, am I excited. We'll also be talking Spiderman by Insomniac, World of Warcraft, and then in the Tidbit I'm going to be going into a little bit more of the why the hell do we keep releasing games in September, people? And finally, at the end of the show, we'll be going into our Gamer Spotlight for this week. Boy, am I excited, and I hope you are too, and we're going to get cracking straight into it with this beautiful game. Thank you so much, you beautiful bastards at Activision. Thank you very much. And look how pretty it is. Just look. Sorry, audio listeners, you're gonna have to deal with the adventure beginning on screen right now. Oh, it's so cool! It's so good, boy George! It's fantastic! Oh, it looks so good. Yes, all three of the Spyros have been now confirmed. Well, everything we knew up till now was leaky deaky, but we have had it confirmed now that right here in 2018, in September, we're going to be having Spyro, all three of the first trilogy. That is Spyro the Dragon. That is Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. That is Spyro Year of the Dragon. I am so excited to jump into this. I talked about this already a little bit, how much I love Spyro, but even when looking at this, when looking at the video, like Crash. I had some memories connected to Crash, and I don't know, it didn't blow me away as much with the graphics, maybe because I just remembered it being good. But when I look back at, that game, I don't picture how I picture Spyro, and I picture Spyro very normally in many ways. I picture Spyro quite, I don't know, I see it as it was on PlayStation 2, and that's probably because I've gone back and I've had a look at it recently since this news came out. But this game looks fantastic. This game looks so good. I love the art style and choices that the team's gone with. I really enjoy so much about what they're doing here, It's just, Spyro looks so goddamn good. It's also been leaked by Amazon that the game is going to be coming out the 21st, apparently, is the leak. So it's going to be later in September. And guess what? Game being released in September. Maybe you'll see another one of those recently. But yeah, please go check out the full release. This one looks like it's not a timed exclusive this time. So it's not, how Crash was for the PlayStation, how it was a timed exclusive. It is actually going to be released on at least Xbox and PlayStation at the same time. So that excites me. Even just to kind of, emphasize it. I chose the Xbox trailer to show next to it. Sorry! Not sorry at all. Not sorry at all. I hope you're excited for this game, because this game has so many good memories connected to its characters, and it's going to be beautiful to watch these characters be animated and all scaled up as the tagline of the trailer. The game looks fantastic. I can't gush anymore. Well, honestly, I could gush for so much longer on this game. So much longer, but it's a remaster, so, we know what we're getting. It's just going to be nice and wrapped up in a beautiful package for us to remember and to gloss over. So I hope you're excited. I've had a lot of people comment to me today, since the trailers were released, how good it looks. When we originally saw the box art, it was tweeted out on our Platinum Explosion account that some people weren't too happy with it. And I wasn't happy with the box art. It looked kind of crap, but then I've seen a full version of the image they use for the box art, and the full image by itself looks amazing. Looks so good, looks so fantastic. It's just the art style is so connected to Spyro in ways, in the loading screens there used to be like these kind of like spotty, I guess they're kind of like stained glass windows in many ways depicting events of the game as you go through. So we want to thank a developer I've never heard of, Toys for Bob. I've never heard of Toys for Bob. The game looks fantastic. I hope it plays fantastic and it brings up the good memories. And I hope you have memories connected to. If not, I hope you can connect some memories with it because of it. Because it looks fantastic, and I hope it plays just like it used to play, even though sometimes it was the jankiest piece of crap. But moving right along to another big story from this week, another huge story from this week was Spider-Man by Insomniac. And it finally has more of a release date. It finally has, we're getting more information about this game. It was rumored that we were getting more info, and it came forward and came through that it looks like, it's going to be announced that the release date for Spider-Man is the 7th of September 2018. So, a couple weeks earlier than Spyro, thank God. It's going to be exclusive to PS4, in case you didn't already know that, by Insomniac Games. It's web swinging, it sounds apparently, is going to be fully physics-based. It's not going to be, anything, based off... apparently in some of the other games in the past, it has been fully scripted swinging, which nobody wants that crap. Nobody wants it at all, because it just looks bad. And so I'm excited to see him flipping around the streets of New York. It's going to look so good. There's also going to be suit crafting in the game. That excites me. I love this Spider-Man. Looks like it's drawing from my favorite Spider-Mans. I personally love the iterations of Spider-Man that has the gadgets, and it doesn't naturally have web slinging like you need web cartridges. I hope it sticks to that. Maybe not have the web cartridges be such a big thing, but the fact that they're there is good, and I like it. From the footage we've already seen, the footage you can see now if you're watching this on YouTube or live and out on Twitch, you can see that the gameplay looks... This is from the E3 trailer, but this gameplay looks very Arkham-esque, where, drawing from that Batman game, and, it's moving around locations, taking out goons, using different gadgets, and that's, as I said, that excites me that there's gadgets in this game, that there's going to be different methods of killing, because, my favourite Spider-Man games are connected to either there was the Ultimate Spider-Man game, which I really enjoyed, or the Spider-Man movie tie-ins. So Spider-Man 2 was probably the pinnacle of all Spider-Man games. So I'm happy to see, he looks like Spidey. I don't think we should be too scared about QTEs. We shouldn't be scared about QuickTime events at all, because I don't see that being a huge part of the game. And reports from people who've played that game that it isn't as bad as it looked. It looked really bad in the initial E3 trailer when we first saw it. That whole ending sequence with the helicopter was dreadful. So dreadful. But it's just... I really hope that's only a small part of the game, because QTEs are a thing in the past. They should not be a thing anymore. Really, there are better ways of it being done now. And there's even QTEs themselves have evolved enough to show us a lot that can be done with a QTE without having to just be like basic button prompts. So I'm really excited. Also, everybody went nuts. The collector's edition was announced, and it looks like it's pretty much sold out everywhere. And that's without even the statue isn't even fully released. Like, you see part of the statue, I think, but then the bottom half of it has like yellow tape on it saying won't be won't be announced until September. Looks like it comes with a steelbook. Dylan Blight, you'll be a big fan of the steelbook. There's an art book. There is specialized skins and costumes. And I'm so excited for these costumes. I hope they just bring out all of... Like, Spider-Man has such a interesting array of costumes, even if they start drawing from costumes from, like, the other universes of Spider-Man. They all are interesting, which is the surprising thing, where, such a basic idea of a man being in some kind of, red or blue or black suit with a spider on it can be evolved in so many different ways. So I'm excited to see which suits they pull. Please let me know which suits you want to see. Which suits do you want added into the game? They don't have to, I don't know, should they be cosmetic suits, or should they have added extras for the gameplay? Should different gadgets be tied to different suits? Because I love the Insomniac suit by itself. But could we see that there be a gameplay mechanic where a different suit has a different gadget assigned to it, which could be interesting? Would you like to see that? I don't know if I would like to see that. Maybe. It could be cool depending on, if it's open world fully and you get a certain mission, so you decide to take a different suit. That could be kind of cool, but then why not just make Iron Man the game? Shit, now I want Iron Man. Now I really want to play Iron Man the game. Make an Iron Man game, Insomniac. Imagine that. No. I don't know, Tony Stark would be cool. So I'm excited. As we've seen more of, there is a lot more Peter Parker In this game, there seems to be sections of the game where you're playing out of the Spider-Man costume and as Peter Parker. We've already got the Miles Morales cameo that we saw at the end of the trailer. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I remember there being an Iron Man game. Was it that bad? Was it that shit? I can't remember it being that shit. I never played it, though. Maybe it was bad. What I want is like an open world Iron Man game, like a Spider-Man game, but you're Iron Man. That's some cool shit with different suits and stuff. I can't give you Spider-Man, Ashley. I'm sorry. I wish I could. If I'd give you Iron Man, Spider-Man, I can give me Spider-Man. And no, Dylan, I did not give up on the music. I was just running late tonight. Everything was already set up. I just got home at 6:29 and I came here. I hope you're enjoying the news so far. I hope you're enjoying the show. I should probably carry on with it, eh? Because, that's what we do. On to story number 3. With this week, there has been more information ruled out? No. Presented? No. Released? Yes, there's been information released by Blizzard Entertainment about the new World of Warcraft expansion, Battle of Azeroth. For Azeroth. It is now going to be released August 14th. Thank God! August! Thank God for selecting August, Blizzard. Good job. Don't select September. Nobody else. Everybody else is banned. Banned from September now. Leave September alone. Alpha testing has already been begun for this. There is a number of members of the community already in the alpha test, really searching for any bugs that they might have missed and just doing that final cleanup. I'm quite excited for that, diving into it and really getting into the game. It's going back to a lot more of the gameplay I've missed from World of Warcraft, because the actual gameplay mechanic of the game is always, the best part of it is Horde versus Alliance, and the last couple of expansions haven't really been that too much. There's been like the brotherly kind of, I hate you, fucking you guys, but they've been helping each other for the betterment of the world. Like there's been, better put aside our differences and go fight this big bad guy. But this game is built upon there being that rivalry, and I'm glad we're getting the rivalry back. Even, in the original cinematic trailer that was released for BlizzCon last year, the game looks like, it's drawing more on that rivalry between orcs and humans, and the two different factions. And I hope that continues to play a bigger part in the game. I'm interested to see, as always, I'm probably going to end up playing World of Warcraft again in August, because I always love the start of expansions. The start of expansions is always so much fun. There's always lots of content to get into, lots to explore and dig around. So it'll be fun to see that and how that evolves, and to see the new content they add. Because World of Warcraft is a phenomenon on its own that I'll probably talk about on its own one day in a show. That is pretty amazing. It is truly special. There's nothing quite like it in the same vein. The cinematics are getting on par. The lore of the game is getting amazing. They're getting better and better at telling stories, and this game was released over 10 years ago. How goddamn fucking ridiculous is that? That's fucking stupid in so many ways. It's so dumb for me to think that game has been going for so long and people are still happily paying subscriptions for it. People are happily subscribing and paying their money every month to continue playing. So we'll see what World of Warcraft has to bring for us with Battle for Azeroth. I hope the game continues to, build that rivalry and bring it back full swing into the game. And I hope I get to camp some Alliance scum. Just camp the shit out of them. Just fucking rickroll them all the time. Just destroy them. Really, bring them to their knees. It's quite fantastic. And I'd like to know what you guys think. I'd like to know if we've got many people in the audience that actually plays World of Warcraft, or have dabbled in it, or maybe would like to try it one day. The game is free for the first 20 levels, so you can try it out, see if you like it. I wouldn't, dive right in and buy it just because of how good the cinematics are starting to look. Make sure you like the game and you have fun with the game before you dive in. But, it's something that we should definitely keep in. And that brings me to the tidbit of the show this week. Because, as I've pointed out already a couple times from this, in this show, there's a lot of games coming out in September. There is a lot of games coming out in September already. And games keep getting announced for September, and it's a very normal thing for us. It's a very normal thing in the gaming world for September, October. It balances out between the two. One year September might be very heavy. The other time, October's very heavy with games. And I find it so frustrating those couple months, because there's so many fantastic games. So we've already got what announced? Red Dead will be out in October. We've got Spyro coming out. We've got Spiderman coming out. Something else announced for September. I can't remember off the top of my head. That would sound fantastic. Obviously not that good if I fucked that one up. But they're all coming out in September, so I can't give these games the time they deserve. I can't do it, and it happens every year. Because I'm somebody who likes to experience all games that are being talked about in games media, mostly. But it just comes and you're like, fuck me, I've got all these games piling up, and the backlog builds. And at some point, I really wish, I was so goddamn hoping, I was hoping Spider-Man was going to be ready sooner. I hope Spider-Man was going to be in June, because I wanted Sony to continue this fantastic run of God of War April, Detroit May, June have Spider-Man, and then July Spyro comes out, and we just spread things out a bit more, because it gives each game the time for people to concentrate on that game and experience the game and love the game for what it is. You don't have to rush through it. You can take your time. You can enjoy the experience. But then also, there's no gaming lulls. There's always a shitty lull in games half the time, July, August is always kind of crap. You've got, you'll have one game, maybe two games come out during that time to really pique your interest in play, and because they'll be out trying to beat the market that's going to, continually release games September and October. But also on top of that, September's going to suck this year. September's going to be really bad, because I can guarantee there's going to be more games announced to be released in September, just because of Red Dead Redemption 2. Because people want to get their shit out before October. Because Rockstar, let's be honest, is going to have a monopoly on the game. It just is. It's going to have a monopoly on that month, just because of Red Dead Redemption 2 and people being excited about playing that game. Because fair play to them, Rockstar game releases are an event on their own. They don't happen that often. There's a lot of effort and work being put into them. There's a lot to experience in the games. So when they come out, people generally pick those games up and play them as much as they can, which, is a bad sign. I remember probably equivalently big game, Fallout 4 came out and Tomb Raider came out the same day. Tomb Raider died. Tomb Raider was not well received. It did some really bad things for that franchise, and now we have that shitty Shadow of the Tomb Raider remake. Not remake, but sequel. Well, it's probably not shitty. It's probably going to be really good, but we don't know. We've just got bad hopes because Square Enix released that crappy freaking... Oh, I just remember myself. There's that... No, anyway, we've got all these games coming out in September. Do you like having all these games coming out in September? Do you want that to continue happening? Why would you want to continue that happening? Tell me in chat, tweet at me at your boy Ringo. Tell me in the comments while we check out some highlights from Twitch again. Will October fill? That's the interesting thing. I'm incredibly... Is negative the right word? I don't know if negative's the right word. I'm incredibly doubting that October will fill that much. I think if October will fill, it's going to be freaking front heavy as all shit. No, I don't think anything big will be released after October. I think it's 22nd is Red Dead. I don't think anything is going to, E3 hasn't come and gone yet. Yep, that's fair enough. I don't think anything is going to go past October 22nd. I don't see it happening. I don't think, these devs are too worried about games, doing well when they're first released. They do some dumb shit. I don't see, maybe mid-November will be another game. Maybe. We might have a couple more November releases. No, consume it as quickly as possible and move on. Why would you want to do that, though? Why do you want to rush gaming experiences? It's not like binge-watching TV show. Well, it kind of is. But, I don't know. In many ways, I'm a bit down on it, but disappointed in many ways, but it's good to see. It's interesting to see that people, some people probably do like that. If you like that, tell me why you like it. Why do you like that rush, that, it's like winter is coming, but September, and it actually comes pretty quickly. I can guarantee before we believe it, we'll be in September talking about games and bitching about shit that it hasn't worked well and questioning why the fuck do they keep releasing games in September, people? Why do they keep doing it? I guess, I'm not the man to ask though anymore. I'm really not. I'm just one crazy, crazy person. So, I appreciate you. I love you. Let's move on to our Gamer Spotlight of the week. Each and every Friday, we project our early late night spotlight onto a content creator of either your choice or a member of our Explosion Network's choosing. And this week's another group that's very close to us, and we appreciate their help they've given to the Explosion Network in growing. I remember, we've met them a couple of times. We met them before we were even the Explosion Network, and they're quite inspiring with their workload. So check this out, and I'll have a bit of chat about them after.
I'm Ryan Benson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm John Lloyd.
We're the Pop Culturists.
Yeah, those beautiful boys at the Pop Culturists. I always butcher their names, so I'm proud of myself that I said it just right just then. But those three are fantastic. They are pumping out great content over on their YouTube channel. And the podcast for the players is another fantastic PlayStation podcast. Their range of content is always interesting. They've always got, equipment reviews. They've got unboxings. A lot of what that trailer shows is how much they cover, and it's really impressive. We've met and worked with Ryan especially quite a bit, and they have their own Dylan, who seems to be much better than our Dylan. So, boys, if you're watching, I'd like to trade. You can have my Dylan, and I'll give you your Dylan, and I'll go scoop up some chicken nuggets off the Hume Highway for you. That's a good trade, but you should really, everybody, go check them out. Go check out their streams. They do regular streams of different content, diving into all range of games, including some really good VR content. Especially, I really enjoy it when they look through the VR games, especially for PSVR, and their setup is very good. So please check them out with all their good stuff. And thank you very much for joining me on Early Late Nights. This has been the Friday, the 6th of April episode of Early Late Nights with me, Ciaran Marchant, your host and friend. And as a friend, I'm going to be honest with you. Halfway through this show, I looked down at my screen and I saw 4 words. 60-second news flash, or 60-second media madness is what I normally call it. And I'm going to be honest with you, peeps. I haven't prepared a list. I just realised. So I'm going to talk to you about what news I've heard over the week off the top of my head. So, get ready. Remember, if you can't watch us live, check us out Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. on YouTube and on all good podcast services, and follow our Twitter at ExplosionPod, and check me out on Twitter at YourBoyRingo. I'm going to continue this voice for the 60 Seconds of Media Madness. Have fun. Good luck. Hello. Right, so Overwatch, I like Overwatch quite a lot. Overwatch has announced a new map and game mode for their up-and-coming Uprising event. That is going to be a fantastic game. It's going to be an interesting thing looking at the Blackwatch, which is an undercover incorporated style thing. Fortnite users are currently getting hacked, apparently. Not good, and Epic Games is not being very helpful at all. But speaking of Battle Royale games, PUBG Corporation is starting to sue people for the amount of Battle Royale games out on the market now. They're putting out suing letters and really taking it to them, if you know what I mean. There's probably some games somewhere. I see there's Bevan next to me. Far Cry, there's been some cool stuff happening in Far Cry probably. Overwatch League Week 3, I've watched that. I've got 3 seconds left, so I'm so sorry and good night.